Supervisors, David Owen on behalf of Airbnb. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today.
And what Airbnb may be doing to address this issue.
Sure. So this is a very interesting question. It's difficult to discuss a specific issue because every insurance policy is drafted differently, whether it's a renter's policy, a homeowner's policy, or others. But this is an issue which we think about a great deal, and we are working very hard on solutions for in the near future. I'm hopeful. This is a very high priority for us as a community and as a company, and it's something that we're working very hard on.
And so how should we be thinking about that?
Thank you, and it's a good question. But we hear the message as a general matter that this is a critical issue for regulators. It's certainly something that we talk with our community about a great deal. And
there is. So, how optimistic are you that there will be an insurance product that can cover this?
It's a good question, and I am confident that as our community grows and as this market increases, the insurance market will respond. And it's certainly something that we're thinking about a great deal. And as our market continues to grow very quickly around the world, it's something that we're focused very greatly on as well.
How do you think we should think about that?
Sure. So it's an important question. We urge the city not to take any action which would have an effect on that relationship.
If an Airbnb guest did trip and fall, though, in the host's home and the host is a tenant, what would be the course of recourse for that guest?
This is something that we are, at this point in our company and our community's development, extremely focused on so that we have clear answers for all of us moving forward.
So actually that response makes me very nervous.
I appreciate those comments. And again, this is an issue that we talk about a great deal and are extremely focused on at Airbnb.
That the city would require that any short-term rental platform doing business in San Francisco would provide information on the number of nights the property was rented. And I'm curious if Airbnb has a position on that.
Sure, we do. And this is an issue that is a concern for us as a platform for several reasons. Without a subpoena, outside of the scope of a subpoena, and if a valid subpoena is issued to our company, we will respond to it as we are required to do by the law. Platforms like ours, who have stepped forward to work affirmatively with the city, at the end of the day, if that enforcement process requires the city to send a simple subpoena to Airbnb.
As of today, your platform still has not yet moved forward with technology to facilitate that. If I could ask you for a status update on when we could expect Airbnb to help the city collect taxes.
Sure. Thank you for raising that question. We announced earlier this year that by this summer we would have a plan in place for collecting and remitting the transient occupancy tax in San Francisco on behalf of our hosts, where the primary obligation exists with the hosts to collect and remit hotel taxes, whether they're a hotel operator or hosts on our platform or others. But I am very confident saying we are extremely close, and you will likely be hearing more from us about this in the very near future.